Hi guys, it's Mike and Barry from the future.
Normally we record this intro before filming the actual podcast, but
We
just
went
gone
so far off
track.
topic. The original intro said we were going to talk about Bitcoin. We ended up going deep into AI, doom and gloom, humanity, the end of the world, and circled back to crypto. He's bullish on AI. Who
And
knew?
stablecoins.
AI and stablecoins. All right,
And Bitcoin.
We've had a lot of coffee. Grab your coffee and let's talk crypto.
Would you like to come have some coffee and pie with me?
All right, we're back at the Peacock. We're outside. I'm battling mosquitoes, so if you see me going like this, it's because there's
He's not
mosquitoes
clapping
around.
on the Bitcoin bulls. He's
Not
just
clapping on the Bitcoin boost. But yeah, congratulations. You predicted the price literally blew up, I think, like 24 hours after you said that it would. And then, yes, it is true. I shorted.
Did you short the trap, or because it hit above 71, it couldn't get a successful close on a higher time frame? That's where I was talking to Javier in the office as well. Like if it doesn't close above, it'll just trap all the bulls that hope for a breakout. So it faked a breakout above.
Where
did you short? What levels?
I longed the little jump.
Oh, okay.
Successfully, so that was good. And then I shorted from the top of that. So whatever it
74.
was, I think it was no, the one before that.
70.
Unfortunately, yeah, 70. I did 70. There you go, mosquitoes. I did 70, and then I'm doing very, very poor trading. I don't have a stop loss in place. I would have been wiped out already if I had a stop loss in
Gambling,
place.
huh?
Look, I haven't put in the whole bag, right? I've only put in what I'm comfortable losing anyway. But I think there's way more sell pressure at the moment on Bitcoin. And I think there's way more liquidity at the 65 mark. So I think whatever we do now, we end up dipping back down to 65. I still think we're in a bearish market. I don't think we're blowing up. There's not a lot of...
I totally agree on that part. Like it's more of a bearish retest that Bitcoin did.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't successfully close technically above the levels that it was supposed to, and bulls might have been happy, but
I wish I could short from now. I wish I could short it from 74, but I think...
It's too choppy for like 1-2% trade range. It's too hard right now, to be able to trade.
Yeah, but I think now, getting in now, I think we're seeing... I think we go down quickly past 65 to perhaps 64.
Yeah.
Perhaps so.
I think it's just chopping that
to
range.
sweep up. There's just a lot. It's,
Sweep up and down. Yeah.
It's a lot to... I mean, that's how Bitcoin's trading at the moment. You can just open up like on CoinGlass, the liquidation heat map, and sort of that's how it's...
Yeah, it's just taking liquidity, both sides.
What I found that if it, not financial advice, but if the heat map correlates with a resistance or support zone, you can just predict it's just going to go
100%.
That's just what's going to happen.
That's one strategy I used to follow a lot. There's a platform like CoinGlass, just like you mentioned. There's another kingfisher.io. Just shout out to them because I have been using that as well when I used to actively trade, and they are on par or above par on CoinGlass. CoinGlass is free tier. Basically, they provide a lot of API endpoints data freely. But Kingfisher is a bit of sophisticated, more insights, more data gathering from on-chain. So amazing tools. And like Mike mentioned, the strategy is if you are just chopping in this range, I think it's always wise to see the liquidation levels irrespective, because that's going to be taken over.
Yeah.
And it happens so quickly because Bitcoin is right now trapped in that range of 1 to 2% up, 2% down very quickly.
Yeah.
And no news. It's just chopping on the liquidation.
It's just chopping because that's what it is. It's just going between support, resistance. It's taking out the liquidity. Liquidation marks are going to be like magnets for it.
Yeah.
And then you can just put your stop losses and take profits wherever the liquidation is. Might go lower. Wherever the resistance or support is.
Yeah.
Might go lower, sometimes might go higher, but ends up sort of correcting to that. I'm not even looking at moving averages or anything like that. I mean, the moving average suggests that it's bearish. So you just sort of go, okay, we're still heading down.
Circling down.
I would love to say that this is the end of the pain. And it could be. We always say it's like one random tweet or something, but I think we do a little bit lower.
I think what's positive right now is Bitcoin and the crypto market is held very bullish or positively against the volatility in the gold market that we see, the volatility in the oil that we have seen over the weekend, and then the equities as well. So the equity drawdown hasn't been correlated to the crypto side
Oil
for the time being.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, 30% upside. It's like one of the largest upside that we have seen oil in decades. in the oil history of
Crazy.
trading.
That seems to be the sort of the narrative now, is everything's following these crypto patterns where they just like explode.
Everything is a shitcoin now. That's
Everything's a shitcoin now.
Discovered. Yeah. We have discussed a lot in the previous video. Everything
But I
is
think
just
that
trading
just makes
shitcoin.
it shows because it's easy to purchase anything now. You can purchase
100%.
stocks, real world assets, anything from a single app or from your mobile. It's just so easy to get into trading that when everything starts moving and someone
For
Someone
Bitcoin
tells,
bulls.
man, I'm getting eaten alive. They don't like you.
Oh, I love it.
Getting destroyed. If someone goes, oh yeah, oil's about to blow up or it's moved, everybody just opens up their whatever app of choice and just buys it.
Not a great place to be in right now, but we are reporting it live from Peacock.
The things we do for you.
Yeah. But you've already been.
Man, I've been destroyed, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I mean, I'd love to go, what caused the dip? But I think it's just like you just said, volatility. What caused anything? It's bouncing up and down.
I think the oil dip was the upside on the oil was caused by Iran.
Yeah.
They blocked the Strait of Hormuz, as we know, because they weren't allowing the oil carriers to be passing through that. And then there were news from Kuwait and the Saudi countries that they're going to be halting the production. They have already declined the production. So if there's a less supply, more demand, eventually it
Yeah.
booms, right? So there were predictions, and there are still predictions about $200 a barrel on oil. That's where we might see it. There was a short squeeze that we saw on oil.
I think it is, man. If the war continues, or certainly like if it
100%.
escalates any further with any larger attacks by Iran, which would signal retaliation by the US, I think 200 is. I mean, what's 181 to 200, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 10%. But you know what I mean? Like it's. I think, yeah. I think 200 is really possible.
Yeah, I think it's right now heading like. Then we saw a drop, right? And then when the Trump came out saying, "Okay, the war is about to end," he was asked a lot of questions. He was like, "Okay, soon," and he hasn't mentioned any specific timeline or date, but he's saying soon. And then that's where the oil dropped.
I missed
15% missing, leveraging like the liquidating the leverage traders on oil.
I missed the whole
Up down.
of petrol
Okay.
because I bought a new car and it came with a full tank of petrol.
Whoa.
So I was just like, I don't need to fill it up. And now that tank is running out. I'm like, oh my God, it's like 230.
Yeah. I just did a
$2.30
refill.
for a liter.
Yeah, I did it to 249, I think 98.
Wow.
249. Yeah, it's 249 right now. The 230 is 95, and I think 220 is.
No, I saw it yesterday.
average.
239 was 98.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Sunday, I think. Yeah.
That's what happened, I think, with the petrol. I was discussing this with my dad because in here there's no control on the prices. The petrol stations are just setting the price before the jump happened on the oil in the international market. So it was only
They preempted it in. Yeah.
they preempted. Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
But there is a massive shortage of oil and sorry of petrol in
25
Australia.
days.
25 days, whereas the international guideline is the country needs to hold 200 days worth of petrol. Australia holds, I think, 23.
That's it.
That's
Okay.
it.
So we
Which
might
is,
see massive lines queuing
You know
up.
what we're going to see? Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad Max Road Warrior, wars over petrol and water
Yeah.
when AI takes over.
I was listening to a podcast from Neville, The Motorcycle of the Mind, a podcast about AI, and I see positivity in that. We are not going to be replaced by like AI. That's what I feel today.
Yes, we will. Listen,
Not
did
everyone.
you see what I tweeted? Because I know you stalked me.
Yeah, I follow
About that
you.
Melbourne startup.
Today? No.
Nah, a couple of days ago. There is a Melbourne startup that uses brain cells from humans that have passed away, reanimates them, and builds CPUs based out of the brain cells, essentially.
There you go. Okay.
Do you know the first thing they taught them? Like, so they call it actual intelligence instead of artificial
Oh,
intelligence.
okay. Yes. Yes.
Do you know the first thing they taught it to do?
No.
Play Doom. So they've reanimated human brain cells, sent it to hell via the video game Doom. If you play Doom, it goes to hell. So that's the existence that it thinks it's in.
Oh, okay.
it doesn't know it's playing a video game. It's just that's the existence.
Survival game. Is
It
it
thinks
more?
that it's in, and the
Okay.
whole premise of it is like go kill these demons in hell, and in the process learn to shoot. Man, I'm not. That's not going to end well.
Yeah.
You've taught an artificial actor. Look, it's a bit of a gimmick. It's a huge breakthrough.
Are they
It's artificial
funded
intelligence. Yeah, man. It's artificial intelligence, but it uses human neurons. And
Actual
the
intelligence.
website, the
Yeah.
cheek of the website says no animal testing involved because they don't use animal brain cells. They use human brain
So
cells.
we are social animals. No
Oh my
wild
God,
animals.
they're off the street. They're in Cremor, dude.
We should
I
pay
feel
them a
very
visit. man.
dangerous. When we see the robots coming down Punt Road, we know where they've come from.
Yeah.
Playing Doom.
Primo.
I'm like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Like, teach it to play The Sims and
Yeah.
grow society.
Or
Teach it to
Mario.
play a Tamagotchi to keep things alive, but you've literally taught it to. I think they went from Pong
to do.
to Doom.
Yeah, I think that's like overall, like generalizing in a fact, like I think we have seen machines outperforming humans always. Ever since automation came into the picture, ever since computers were
Bullish on AI now. You've been my brother in AI
Doom.
bitterness. You're bullish now.
Nah, I'm bullish on humanity. Bearish on AI taking over, definitely. But yeah, it's always like new views that we get to see, new views. Like just you mentioned the bitter side of the AI, the startup that is using AI for the bitterness, but there are startups using AI for the bullish thing as well, like we do, right, in our day-to-day things. So we are.
I don't know. I think it leads to like society
versus bad?
but society also being dumber. Like I think it's sorry Gen Zers, but I think like Gen Zers are performing the worst out of any generation on general sort of math skills, science skills.
They
So
don't
we're not
need
getting
it.
we're not getting smarter.
Yeah, that's where the the intelligence is shifting.
I don't think but I also don't think we're getting socially more sensitive. You know, they're bullying one another, and this coming from a dad of
100%.
young children. Like I think we're meaner, and I think like the news that we're seeing, we're desensitized to violence and horrible things in the world. And if we get dumber and desensitized,
I think that's where human.
and we just hand
beings-
the rails over to AI. They're just gonna like that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's getting AI to automate everything. They're just handing the rails over to life. Like,
Coming-
eventually, it's gonna be to life. Like, what's next? Medicine and this and that. I mean, I already
Everything.
chat GPT every ailment that I have. What's this? Take a photo. What's this? What's that?
Yeah, yeah,
right?
100%. But you're using it for a good use case, right? You're using AI to be better, to
I
be 100x productive,
I am.
100%. So
But
that's
I worry about what the
other-
bad people are going to do, or
Yeah.
the not even the bad people, but like the ignorance is bliss people. You know, that's my favorite scene in The Matrix is when Cypher's plugged back in with Agent Smith, and he's eating the steak, and he goes, "You know what? I know the steak's not real, but what I've learned is ignorance is bliss." And I think that summarizes the
vast
90%
humans.
of people, man.
yeah, 100%.
90% of people just want to get through their day. And if it means handing the reins over to AI and making it easier so they can sit on the couch and watch their footy, watch the cricket, drink their beer, and then that's fine. Like, that's what they're going to do.
No, I totally agree there. Like I've seen, like there are goods and bads always. It's basically powered by humans, right? The AI right now is powered by humans. They are not. AI is not creative yet.
I think we say, like, I actually don't think it's an artificial intelligence yet. It's a collection of algorithms
Backed by
Right.
human data.
backed by human data, by human input, which is, you look at I have not seen anything that, if we talk about generative AI, I'm yet to see anything created that didn't exist before. The video AI generation is amazing, but it's like I saw one today of Sub-Zero versus Leonardo from Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
And I'm like, that looks really cool, but both those assets existed. The fight moves were taken from somewhere, like from their individual films or whatever else. That, the big one that went around was Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. But Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise exist.
Yep.
Those moves existed in films. Like that, it's almost, I almost like attest it to early music production. It's like particularly hip hop and urban music that it was sampling old records
Yeah.
and creating something new out of those records.
Yep.
And so there was a huge population of people that said this is the best art form ever. it's easy to get into. So like, you didn't have to learn instruments. And then there's a huge amount of people that said, well, you're just sort of stealing grooves and beat breaks from G-Funk, from soul records, from jazz, and repurposing. Where's the creativity? And both arguments had merit, I think. And that's sort of where I see AI, generative AI at least, sitting, is it's like, it's just repurposing what we've already done. If we have like AI agents for ourselves, which we've both started playing with for personal lives and the business, you're training it what to do. So essentially it's just like an algorithm of the actions that you're taking anyway.
It's more of a
just
personal assistant.
automates it for you.
Yes.
But it's like, I've yet to see AI have a genuinely brilliant AI idea on its own.
That's where I'm bullish
Or
on
create
humans.
something.
That's where I'm bullish on humans, because humans have
It's a leap, man.
It's a
Like
leap of faith, right?
No, but like eventually it could. Like I just don't think we're there yet.
We haven't witnessed that, so that's where I'm just discussing that part yet, because I'm bullish on humans, because not AI, I'm bullish on AI as well. I'm bullish on 100x productivity. I'm bullish on a lot of things that AI will do for us as a society, which will help human beings thrive. The only thing right now the world of AI is not having is a brain of their own, because they rely on us. They learn 100x, 1000x better than human beings, but they are not able to create something on their own yet.
It's
It's just like a matter of
It's going back to Terminated. Terminated, right? Terminated
yeah.
2, Sarah has this like great, Sarah Connor has this great speech to the scientist that creates Skynet of like, you don't know what it's like to truly create something you've never given birth. And she's in a bit of like a crazy state at that moment.
Yeah.
But she's right. Like they don't know what it's like to AI doesn't know what it's like to truly create something. But I will say this: the same thing that happened in Skynet, in Terminator. If AI is watching what we're doing now, what's it learning?
It is learning.
If it can't do anything new, what's it seeing? It's seeing, if you don't like someone, invade. It's seeing people posting clips of bullying one another. It's seeing all the Epstein stuff. It's not seeing a lot of, I don't think.
But that's just on the bitter side, right? That's
but
you're discussing the bitter side of
but it learns from, what I'm saying is like, it learns from the internet. And you look at review sites, for example. People are much more prone to post a negative review than a good review.
100%.
Because if you're happy, you're like, I'm happy. But if something annoys you, you post
that's more of a human problem. That's the
what
thing.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's learning from human negativity at this point. I don't think there's a lot
positivity.
Because I think the beauty of humanity is the things that you do create. Life, being a father, being a loving husband, being fulfilled. That's hard to quantify for AI.
Yeah.
It just sees
the bad and then
business.
Yeah.
Because that's what most people use AI. Like AI is trained on what people use it for. Most people use it for business gains or attempted business, right?
Yeah.
And I would argue that most people are going to win by any means necessary. Like they don't factor in, because sometimes you write a prompt into AI and it'll give you the most extreme version of that prompt because it's answered the question. But at least I then step back with a sense of empathy and go, no, I'm going to tone it down. And I'm going to like apply my human lens to it. But AI may not like see that part of it, because I will then take it and tone down. It's just giving me the Machiavellian answer to a business question of 48 laws of power, whatever it's trained on, right? It doesn't then see the human application and the end result.
At the end result.
It also doesn't see the end result of what it's done, whether or not that end result has hurt someone. It just sees that I gave it end result, and as far as it's concerned, because that's the end of the conversation, that was the right end result.
But there is an end result that you have posted digitally somewhere, right? So there is a mark.
Really?
Yeah, there is a. If AI is encompassing all the data available in the world, then there's positive data, there's negative data, there's toned down data as well somewhere.
I think there's a point where we off-ramp knowledge, though. Like I've been using ChatGPT on the weekend to tell me whether or not I should prune my tomato plant. And like I'll take a photo, go, how do I prune this where? And it tells me.
And you're into gardening as well now?
I'm not going to go back and be like, the tomatoes are good.
Yeah. Yeah,
right? So it doesn't see the end outcome, and that's a really
one
dumb
edge case,
example.
Yeah.
Right? But if I like, how do I respond to this client email? Or how do I respond?
Yeah.
Like how do I respond to this client email? It gives me a response. I send that to the client. The client then tells me to go F myself.
Yeah.
I don't then go back to ChatGPT and go, the client told me to go F myself. So that was maybe a bad response. They just see it as that was the finite response, and they've learned from that, right?
Yeah.
And I've noticed, because I've been going from ChatGPT to Claude Claude now gives me very different answers than ChatGPT because ChatGPT I've been using for years.
Yeah.
Early adopter. I had an invite to ChatGPT before it opened, and so it's learned the outcomes that it thinks are going to lead to success based on those conversations,
Yeah.
based on previous wins.
Yeah. It's just
But it's
imitating what
wins
you
for
think.
it,
Yeah.
not wins for humanity. No empathy, no
Nothing.
real outcomes.
Too logical.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna bomb us all.
That's the doom side, yeah. But I'm bullish on that. Like the use case, the applications, the things that we will be able to do. I 100% understand that there will be a doom side to it as well, because that's what we have seen ever since. Like there used to be horses on the road, now we've got cars on the road, right?
Yeah.
So the horse riders are not employed anymore, for example.
Well,
But I think the only
think of it this way.
yeah.
How many less horses do you think we have on the planet since we don't use them for transport? They're just not being bred for it anymore. So if you apply, we're not the riders, we're the horses. We're not
Less
needed
humans,
anymore.
less humans,
You
less
don't-
resourceful humans.
Yeah, you don't need them to man the factory anymore.
Yeah.
You don't need them.
That's already
to-
happening in China,
The
right?
thing, it's like okay, well,
Hotels
that's what-
running on
That's what we
robots.
said. Like population support can be much smaller, and if
Yes.
AI is in charge of that in a direct capacity or an indirect capacity, it's just going to look at efficiencies and profit margins for countries. And at some point, humans, especially if it's like we have a basic economic wage in farming, at some point humans become an expense.
Yeah, that's how humanity has always been, right? It's the survival of the fittest and the
Empathy comes
strongest.
in.
Empathy comes in, definitely, that's a human nature, but not everyone thinks in empathetic manner that the perfect human world should be in, right?
Yeah, but
like for example, Trump is bombing Iran, for example, right?
Right.
Like that's what the real world is now. It's survival of the powerful and the fittest. That's where humans
But I think
have
it,
been
like-
trained for.
I think
That's
it-
what we are just teaching the AI
I
to
think
be, to become.
like a microeconomic, at a micro scale though,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the decisions still come down to the individual humans executing the orders.
Exactly.
And so, for example, if we get to a point where it's like,
If
you
you're
run
a
a
crooked
food
human.
cart, you run
yeah.
a food cart, and some kids come up to you and go, "I'm starving. Can you please give me a tomato? Can you please give me an apple?" You will give it to them because
Yes.
you're pathetic.
Yeah.
But AI wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because AI's made the decision to ration food. So I think like we're taking away that empathetic reasoning.
That's what happened in the COVID, right? There were people that didn't touch the bodies of their parents because they thought that that's the ultimate nature of any human being that we have seen. We have already seen that mass extinction of human beings from Earth during COVID, right? And then there were cases wherein the bodies were not even touched by the rites were not conducted by the people that were supposed to, because they thought that it might put them in danger. That's the ultimate human nature. That's what we are just witnessing and passing on to the AI, right? That it's more of a human thing problem. I think that's where we need, like, that's where we have always discussed. We need a global regulation around AI. Only then it'll be doing good to the humanity. There are both sides to the world.
But I think it's like it's artificial intelligence. It's not artificial humanity, and so it's not artificial empathy. It's
Yeah.
not. It's just like there's plenty of times where you're sitting somewhere in life and going like the data supports I make this decision, but I think from an empathy point of view,
Yeah,
I'm going to take a
100%.
little bit of a hit and make something else.
Yeah, that's how majority of the people think, but there are bad actors as well. So I think discussing the positive or the bullish side on AI, that's what I feel is like it's more on humans how they want to channelize it. That's the responsibility sits on the human beings, and some of them will be using it for the bad purposes, like you mentioned, wherein you just mentioned the Melbourne startup, right? It's unethical or a way, like it doesn't fit with your values, like how you see humanity progressing. You don't want to be killing people, right? That's not how you think.
Yeah.
But there are other human beings that are just thinking along the lines of that. That's how our political leaders are just
Yeah, but do you think that
doing.
there's other people to police it and prevent them, right? So there's like
There will be AI police. We hope so.
I feel like the AI just all moves in sync. It's like that Pluribus show. I don't know if you've seen it on Apple TV. Where like it's just one
okay.
hive mind.
Oh yeah,
I don't see like
it's,
AI
it's
policing itself because I think it just like outlogics itself. It has that conversation in its own language and comes to a conclusion in a common ground.
so we need a counter AI intelligence, which is like stopping or trying to have some sort of like how AI interacts is it all communicates and it all pays via like let's drift to the crypto side of the AI now. Like the stable coins are used. Right?
We have to refilm this whole intro because we haven't talked about any crypto, but that's fine.
Yeah. So I think how crypto is enabling AI is like we have seen tweets from Ethereum Foundation, like CZ Binance. Everyone is like now saying that AI is going to be transacting 1 million times more than the humans are actually doing on blockchain. Then that means even Virtuals launched the ERC 8183 yesterday. I tweeted as well. And the thing is now that if AI is putting more data on chain, they are transacting between each other, they are having that escrows that you need to validate the trust. There needs to be some counterparty involved wherein just like human beings are, right? If there's something wrong happening, we all go to the police, file the FIR reports and stuff, right?
Right.
I think that's where the new use case for AI will emerge. I'm not sure if it's already there or not, to my limited knowledge, but I think there will be a case wherein you are able to ban that agent, you are able to do something against that agent, you are able to counter that agent if it's trying to do something
the agent
malicious
just
or wrong.
another version of it on a different IP.
100%.
Like it's becoming
That's how
really
humans.
difficult.
That's literally what humans do, right? We see a
But
lot of
there's
cases wherein you're jumping.
Of course, but like you said, there's like it takes time to then create a new account to do this to do that. So you can have a response mechanism. But if it's
Correct.
just like a million a second,
Correct. The intelligence is countered by another intelligence. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not too sure if it's viable, if it'll happen
look, I
or
think
not.
in theory it is. I think I've just got more like a doom and gloom thing of we'll just go into like one AI hive mind where they're all on the same page.
100%. I think there will be a couple
Because it's a logical based system, so it's going to converse, no emotions, work out the logical common ground.
but there will
and-
be counter logic.
Yeah,
right?
okay, and it'll
just like
swing, right?
just like
It'll
human
balance out
beings
somewhere.
just like human beings have their own agenda, they have their own emotions attached. AI has different agendas as well. Like there are biased, the data is biased, right? That's what we've seen with the ChatGPT LLM or the other LLM that we've seen. The grok is very different to ChatGPT in a lot of political ways. You might have already seen it because you use it.
Yeah, but
Just like you mentioned, Claude is having a different response to the same thing.
Yep.
So there will be companies, right? We see Gemini having a very
But
different
this,
response.
I'd like to see someone do this thought experiment. Is okay, take the voice version of GPT, take the voice version of Claude, and get them to argue out a topic and see if they land in the middle somewhere at some point.
100%. We
Yeah,
can
but it
just
doesn't matter.
do a test as well.
Let's do it when we get back to the office.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that middle is good. for us.
100%. Yeah.
And I think maybe it's actually me ultimately being bitter on the data set, which is humanity.
Yeah. Or the
But-
bias that the human is
But I just-
intending it to be.
I
to
don't
become.
see, given on what it learns going on in the world, I don't see an AI that has a ultimate question of when everything is automated, including food supply and everything, why should I keep humans alive? I don't ever see an AI ultimately going into a favorable conclusion for us.
I think that's where the physical AI might become a threat. The digital AI might not be that sort of a threat in terms of physicality, but there are digital arrests happening using AI and stuff. So it all depends on how humans use it. AI doesn't have a brain of itself for the time being. It might get developed within 4 months. The way the space is exponentially growing day by day, there are new models. Every new workflow is just being replaced overnight. That's what we have been seeing, right? In terms of AI exploration and the exponential acceleration that AI is having. So I think for the time being, for at least a couple years down the line, this might be another thing that pops up in near future. But for the time being, I think humanity will be using it for more productivity as a general. There will be 5-10% people that are using it for malicious intents, and we have already seen people using it to deepfake the sums of or the KYCs that we see, right? So there are always a lot of cases around anything, but overall, I think it's motorcycle of the mind, like just like Naval mentioned in his podcast as well, like that AI will make you 100x efficient, 100x better in doing things. That was not achievable, or that took a lot of capital.
It's like a calculator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just like a calculator.
Going from
Yeah.
abacus to a calculator.
Yeah.
and we all sort of adapted.
Coming to crypto.
Anyway, let's go back to crypto.
We have seen tremendous increase
ETF
in
inflows
positive.
on Solana.
Yeah.
Solana looks like it's about to blow up
Yeah.
in a good way.
Good positive inflows on all the majors.
You told me, I haven't actually seen this. Did you tell me Saylor bought
$1 billion
of Bitcoin?
a couple days back? Yes. $1.1 billion out of $1.5 billion that was bought last week as an inflow.
There's a cute little, probably shouldn't say this because we're at a restaurant cafe, but there's a cute little mouse running around there. A little tiny field mouse.
We've seen mosquitoes as well here, so.
Yeah. We are outdoors at the cafe, so I'm not complaining. I like the cute little mouse.
Positive inflows.
Billion.
$1 billion worth, yeah. But he's always buying it at a premium, that's the thing. So he's already like $1 billion is worth a premium to pay for, but yeah.
He does.
He does, yeah.
Because I think, do you know what his average is?
75,500 roughly. So he's been averaging it down. So his average came from 77 grand to 75 now. And if he keeps punting on $1 billion here and there on his balance sheet, then the good thing is like he has that model wherein it's not particularly strategy now. That's just having that capital to be buying the Bitcoin. It's tied to Stark. That's another yield product that he has put in
So
the market.
is he leveraging?
Yeah. It's not leverage like 1 to 10, but it's more of a leveraging on the collateral, or he's collecting that.
He's borrowing against it.
Yeah, he's more or less getting that
I didn't think he was
funding.
doing that. I thought he was just buying spot.
He's buying spot
But
always.
He's leveraging.
He's leveraging his money to get that capital.
Money, or is he getting...
He's not
borrowing
buying.
from Bitcoin?
No,
Okay.
no. He's buying Bitcoin using the capital that he's getting because he's offering better yield on Stark product so they are offering basically 12.5% yield.
Is he involved in StarkNet at all?
He is.
Yes? Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. We have StarkNet on day one, so you can...
Not StarkNet.
Not
Stark
StarkNet.
STRC is a different product that's launched by
Sorry, I thought you were saying-
Strategy.
Got you. Because I thought you were saying StarkNet.
Not the layer 2. No, not the layer 2. There are a lot of Starks now in the market, but yeah. So
Thanks,
he's-
Tony.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
positive flows.
Do they have a... Like, anybody can go? STARC.
STRC.
STRC. Let me
Yeah.
check it out.
So it's a yield product that's offered by Strategy under a different corporation probably. And what he has done is like, if it's a positive, like he is like the stock decides the yield or a dividend return basically. So whenever they need more capital, they turn up the yield higher so that there's more capital going and getting parked into the stock. That capital is effectively then borrowed by Strategy to buy more Bitcoin, which is like a flywheel mechanism.
Okay.
And the yield fluctuates basically whenever they want to do it lesser or there's a more demand, they do the premium lower. So that's how he's been leveraging literally to buy more spot Bitcoin basically.
ETH.
It's been going good as well. Like
Yeah, but every last week we were like, oh yeah, Vitalik's doing something good, and then it comes out and goes, if all we build is gambling products, crypto's over.
yes.
Which is not necessarily wrong, but I don't know if it's the right thing to be saying if you're trying to pump the price.
Yeah, I think he's not after the price always. I think how
doesn't care about price,
he
no,
doesn't
no.
care about price. He just cares about the tech and the innovation.
Yeah, which is why he should, I think, be saying he should be CTO and not CEO.
That's where you tweeted as well. That's the tweet I saw as well. Like,
Yeah.
you mentioned like ETH needs to hire a CEO able to get better understanding, better visibility and distribution.
Yeah, those are the arguments here, like your CTO is meant to have with your CEO.
Yeah. But the good thing is like virtual's ecosystem, because I'm a sort of a bull on virtual.
I think I was surprised when I did the graphic last week after the conversation.
Virtuals is winning.
Virtuals is winning. It's outperforming ETH, and I'm going to say it's probably doing the same today.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
the graph. You're probably winning.
So
And if you're
Virtual's ecosystem basically launched a ERC 8183 contract yesterday in collaboration with Ethereum DAI Foundation. So Ethereum DAI Foundation is decentralized AI foundation that runs via Ethereum.
Yep.
And they have launched the ERC 8183 contract that's basically on ERC, not on Solana. So that's a good positive win for Ethereum Foundation. And what they have done is like, it's all about AI agents paying between themselves.
What does it mean for Solana?
They might do it on Solana as well, because Virtual's ecosystem is expanding has already expanded cross-chain. They are on Base, they are on ERC basically,
Because
and then
originally it was on
Solana.
Solana, right?
They launched
So
on
this
Solana.
isn't a case of moving off of Solana.
I think that's a case of maybe a team split, wherein some people like ERC or Ethereum as a foundation.
cross-chain is
Yeah, that's how
is the way to
cross-chain
do it, right?
ecosystems work, right? So the good thing is like that's where virtual ecosystem and the AI innovation is happening, and that led to a bit of positive upside on the positive profit uptick on virtual ecosystem near render tau. So the AI bags that we discussed last week, I think the link to the bundle, we can give the crypto
Right
pack here. So yeah, I think that led to positive influx of funds into virtual ecosystem eventually because they are innovating right now in the market.
I think-
it's a beer market, right? And it's all
This is
about
the time you build.
innovation right now.
This is
yeah.
this is when you build and set yourself from the pack and demonstrate, like we've always said, that you're a legitimate business as well.
Yeah.
I think the good AI projects are winning, or will continue to win. I still think if actually I was having a look at what like Y Incubator and stuff like that are investing in,
Yeah.
and it's AI agents a lot, but also stablecoins still.
It's the hottest topic in the market
It's
right
just
now.
those two at the moment. No one really cares about anything else from an investment point of view.
Yeah. Stablecoins, especially on like the X402 protocol, Coinbase has launched their own native USDC gasless transaction ability. Just today, I saw a tweet from Circle basically that they pointed out towards.
I think gasless is the future for everything. I mean,
It is,
it's the last
100%.
positive thing that Vitalik said about ETH as well.
Yeah.
And I think the smart players have worked out how to do gasless in, like holding vaults and
Just
things
using
like
one
that
particular
to
gas wallet.
Yeah, to facilitate it because it makes sense
Yeah.
from a usability point of view, from a UX and UI point of view, user experience point of view. So it's good to see, crypto is sort of like, it wasn't UX first, it wasn't
Okay.
user experience first, it was tech first, it was the Vitaliks of the world first. I think now it's starting to go, okay, how do we do things a little bit better? Out of necessity of competition as well. So you have different, different
Blockchains
stablecoins,
competing.
different blockchains, different stablecoins, different projects are vying for dominance. And I think the tech is so narrow, as we've been saying, like speed between one and the other is negligible now. Like how
Yeah.
fast you need to be, it doesn't really matter. That now it's really come full circle, and it's okay. How do we provide a better user experience? Which ultimately I think is great for us adopters, and I think still early adopters, but ultimately great for innovation and retail coming in because it needs to be as easy as possible to use. Like nobody wants to pay for a coffee using a stable coin and then worrying that they don't have Ethereum for the
For the gas.
for the
Yeah.
gas. Like my biggest annoyance with trading on a DEX like on Hyperliquid is the fact that I still need to hold Arbitrum for the gas.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. So when you connect or when you execute, you need Arbitrum. For
You
the
just need
gas
to
that's
sign the first transaction.
The first one I know, but I had
Just
to
the
go buy
first one.
Arbitrum.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm like,
ETH on
"God damn it."
Arbitrum.
I
Yeah.
had to buy ETH on Arbitrum.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah. Just for the signatory thing.
Yeah, and to withdraw.
Yeah, to withdraw.
Right? So like if you're
you're
depositing,
just signing the
if you're
transaction.
depositing and withdrawing,
Yeah.
you have to hold ETH on Arbitrum, which is just. I mean, you work it out. It's easy to do, but it's an extra step, and ultimately, it's a necessity only because the technology deems it a necessity.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity out of a user experience or any other functionality point of view, other than the fact that it's a limitation of the way that the tech has been set up.
I think how blockchain works is you need a gas. Someone will be paying gas fee for you.
Yes, but
Either
it should be
Hyperliquid
any-
takes
That's the point. It should be
the
any.
responsibility.
Should be any.
Yeah, should be any exactly.
Right, it should just be like a fee.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, you're depositing this to trade, we're taking the gas off of what you're depositing. Not
Yeah.
like I deposited USDC to trade, but I need ETH and Arbitrum as a gas. Like
Yeah.
it just should be, okay, we'll take that percentage out of the USDC. There are other solutions that are using a gas
There are,
fold.
stablecoin based gas
So
wallet.
they'll swap it out, but but Hyperliquid doesn't. So it was an extra like hurdle. And until we overcome those type of hurdles,
Yeah. That's where the space
it
is
puts people
innovative.
off because it almost put me off. I was like, I'm just going to jump on Astic because I had some money in Astic, but I really want to try Hyperliquid. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. That's what I'm saying. I think now is this refinement of user experience that we're going through, which is like ultimately needs to happen. It's better that it happens now in a bear market before
The next wave of
before the
retail
bull
comes
market
in.
hits.
Yeah. And the good thing is like the next bull market will be driven more from the AI agents and AI transacting between one another. So I'm not particularly sure how retail will be punting onto the space next, because we have seen a lot of innovation on the DEX side, on the SEC side. Now it's a new wave of AI agents taking over, wherein everybody's just downloading a clawbot, for example. They're just transacting between one another, trading for you, and you're just sleeping and just working around and seeing,
Yeah.
okay, this is positive, this is negative, and whatnot. So that's where the new infrastructure is being built by Circle. The dominance of Circle's USDC is increasing massively over USDT
Look,
right now.
I think AI agent trading is just what people are going to expect. It's like now they expect like
A lot of integrations
margins
are
and
happening
things
on
like that. I
exchanges.
think it's like exchanges are going. It's going to be the user experience that people expect because, to be fair, that like annoyance, I wouldn't say difficulty, but like the friction that example with having to have ETH and Arbitrum, if my AI agent is just doing it for me, it's not really like it's frictionless at that point for me. Like let them sort it out, trader, blah 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 between the AI agents. So I think like an AI agent is a path forward to removing a lot of that friction for trading, because ultimately, as I said earlier, like it's not real artificial intelligence, it's just an algorithm and an automation engine, right? So you're automating what I needed to do in that case on my behalf. Like,
Yes.
that's cool. I don't care if my poor AI agent has to get ETH on Arbitrum. Let them do it.
It's just like a personal assistant doing the trading on your behalf based on your set limitations and the parameters you want it to be doing.
I think that's a really great example. You just sort of like touched on it's like a personal assistant, and I think it's almost like we saw the offshore workforce boom because it was just cheaper, easier, and you just go on instead of paying someone, instead of doing myself, I'm going to get an offshore workforce for development, and that's why we see the majority of development's done offshore now.
Yeah.
I think that's how people are going to think about AI agents. It's just maybe not as good.
Yeah.
It's always better to have someone sitting next to you. I feel.
But the
Maybe
world
not
is
as good, but
digital
it's
driven,
infinitely-
so
it's volume at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're gonna get a million lines of code instead of 100 a day. And if anything's not perfect, it's probably cheaper just to get the code to refine itself.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, massive developments happening into the space. I think the biggest innovation during these past days has been good ETF flows.
I think that's
The way market has been reacting to the ETF flows and the virtuals ecosystem, and Hyperliquid is making a lot of money now. As always,
makes a lot of money. Yep.
lean team, 16, 17 people having great turnover, and a lot of people were hedging
I think
their
it's
oil
less. I think it's like
positions.
14 people.
14?
I think it's 14 people.
They are yet to hire 2 more.
There you go.
So yeah, I think a lot of hedging on the oil contracts, a lot of hedging on the gold happened over the weekend on Hyperliquid, because it provides that necessary infrastructure, because the world is sleeping. Blockchain is 24/7.
Well, I think
Hyperliquid is running 24/7.
I think what
You have
we
the ability to trade.
which is great for trading gold.
Yeah.
I think what the story is, I think like markets reacted to the conflict in the Middle East,
Yeah.
but I think ultimately we're seeing big industry, big enterprise still buying
Yes.
buying the dip, and we always say follow the whales, and so I think you can be pretty confident that when they sold some. I think there was panic when some was sold.
Yeah.
When some, even Vitalik sold some ETH and people panicked. Let the man buy his Lambo. Jesus, let him buy a Bugatti at this point.
He's been always dumping. Like it's no point tracking ETH. I think more not on the Vitalik's personal bags, but rather when the ETH Foundation sells, that's where the thing is to track. I think I've seen like in the past, in the history, I can't like predict. We can't predict the future, but based on the data that we have on the history of Ethereum Foundation selling ETH bags, it always tops.
Yeah.
It's always the topish, wherein they are just distributing when the market is distributing, and then it goes down. We have seen a history there, but Vitalik sells to donate. Generally, if someone
He's allowed to sell to whatever. Like no one says he doesn't have to. Like he's got enough of it, and like
it's
he's
a
allowed to sell.
distributed,
Like,
public distributed ledger world, everyone can see who's transacting online.
But if he also goes, I want to buy gold, I want to buy oil, I want to sell, I want to donate, I want to burn the money. Like
It's his choice.
like it's his choice. Like it's weird. On one hand, I'm like stop bag watching. On the other hand, it's like, well, we gotta track the bags. I don't think it's. I'm more concerned what he says than what he does with his own personal funds, right? Because it's not selling. He's selling his own personal ETH. He's allowed to.
Yeah.
And he's always done it. And like you said, he's not hiding it. He's not doing anything like that.
It's all public, man. Like you can't. It's all on chain. You can't do much.
But I think, yeah, ETF inflows are good, industry adoption is good, innovation, I think, is the bear market's good for innovation. A lot of the crappy projects, I don't even remember the names of half the things I invested in the bull market.
Our boat.
I was just thinking, I was just like, should I mention avocado bot? I gotta check my wallet.
History. It's a thing of a past now. The thing is, like, this space moves
Kiwi,
so
remember
quick.
Kiwi? There was like the Kiwi one that everyone was
Yeah.
shilling for shame.
Yeah, there are a lot of AI agents and bots. That's the beauty of the space. Everything happens so quickly. If you're punting into something new, you might hit a 1000x.
You gotta sell though.
You need to. You have to.
You can't hold these things long term because it's like they pump
There's a
on
new thing.
hype and then the real world sets in. So if, like, by all means, take some punts with the froth on top of your cappuccino,
Yeah.
right? Like with just a little layer of your coffee portfolio, but sell, Jesus, sell.
100%. Yeah, that's what people realize late, wherein they just
Everybody
keep
thinks
on
everything's going to be Bitcoin and keep going up.
Yeah, it can't be. And a bit on the news side is like there's no possibility of a rate cut for the time being. So there's a FOMC happening on 18th and 9th of March. That's coming next week. And due to oil going up, there might be a case of higher inflation tick in March based on the March data that we'll witness in April. So I think we are not yet on the bullish trajectory, although the market is just chopping, there are positive inflows, but it
think
might be just,
I think choppy is still a bit of a dip.
yeah.
I do think when the bull market hits, it'll be quick.
Yes.
So I don't think you can afford to wait. I think it's like.
But the
keep
midterms are
dollar
coming,
cost
man.
averaging.
I'm just waiting for Trump to pump my bags.
I think Trump's pumping him for the midterm. I think he's going to try and get the war done before the midterm.
Yeah,
I think
because you can't just tolerate
I think he
high
wants a
gas
victory-
prices.
I think he wants a victory tour.
Yeah. Because if oil moves up, inflation is ticked to oil, so right? So everything goes up, the housing cost, everything, the cost of transportation, the cost of goods and services that we see in the industry.
Having kids, they eat a lot.
Bearish on kids.
Always bullish on kids, man. Kids are the best thing in the world.
100%.
100% best investment, best any job, best anything you do is kids.
Yeah.
We all create artificial intelligence. Go have kids.
Yeah.
Go create a real intelligence.
Yeah, I think
That's your turn next. We'll talk about that off thing. Barry got married last year.
a year and a half ago, yeah.
But yeah, I think good signs, good inflows, good time to buy.
Good time to DC it, definitely.
Super choppish. Look, I think DCA in. I predict. Look, I think we're going a little bit lower, but a little bit lower, I mean like low 60s.
Yeah.
Let's say like 63.
Yeah.
That's it. And then I think we chop. And
I think what I see right now is like we've seen a range establishing on Bitcoin, wherein the 60K was the liquidity point at the bottom, 74 is the upside. We have already seen a fake out on above 70. I think we might see another potential wick down to 60 or 63, and we're just chopping in the range.
I think
And
we
the
get
good-
I think we get a wick down. I think like the support. I think the support range like 60, 61.
Yeah.
I think we probably get a wick to that and bounce back. I think there'll be a lot of long orders in that range.
In that range, yeah. I think that's where if Bitcoin
Because if you look at the like, it's just the obvious line. It's the obvious line that everyone that's taking a punt's going, okay, it's going to go here. I'm going to buy it here, and then it's going to
Sell
bounce
here.
back up. It's just, unless you zoom really, really far out, it's just like psychologically, visually, and let's not forget, like, trading charts is a visual thing. You look at the chart, and the
Everyone
humans
sees different.
but it's also pattern recognition,
Yeah.
which humans are great at. You look at it and go, that's the line. That's where it's going to bounce off.
The thing is, everybody is seeing the same pattern. So right now, there's an ascending triangle forming, which is poised to break up usually, but it has already faked it. So we might be heading lower, maybe 50s. Who knows? But if Bitcoin gets bought by Sailor every week, $1 billion, then we're here for a ride.
The problem is that as the price of oil goes up, the price of electricity also
Everything goes up.
and so the price of mining Bitcoin goes higher. So last couple episodes ago, when I said Bitcoin for its own survival can't fall below the price of mining based on an energy conservation model. That price is going up. So the price of electricity is squeezing the price of Bitcoin as well.
Correct.
The cost of mining is going up. We actually saw a couple of weeks ago when there was a massive miner dip
Yes.
because a lot of miners switched off because it was just, they have a stop loss
can't
for lack
run-
of
yeah, yeah.
a stop loss
They
for
can't
lack
run
of a better
operations.
term, where it's
Yeah.
like when if it's more expensive to run than it is to mine, and there was a massive dip in
100%.
mining,
Yeah.
and then that adjusted, price of Bitcoin went up, price of thing went, and then they turned back on.
Yeah.
But that was worrisome. When I saw that dip happen, I was like, oh no. Like if this recovers and dips even further in all miners, there's just no point to mine. It's the end of Bitcoin in a really crucial time. Like
That's when new miners jump in.
You tweeted the other day that was like we're about to hit 20 billion.
Million, yeah, 20 million.
20 million
almost
Bitcoin
20 million
out of
Bitcoins
21.
are in circulation, so only 1 million are left.
Yeah, which
And-
becomes more and harder
mine.
to mine. But that, especially when we get another halving, the cost to mine it goes up.
That's how
That's
Bitcoin secures its network, because there will be new miners jumping in. So it's always the case wherein
But-
we have seen the instances.
We've never had a halving at a time of like major conflict and a peak in cost of prices, right? People have gone, okay,
That means
we're gonna
Bitcoin
mine.
is at a discount. So it's a great buy the dip opportunity. That's
But
why
Bitcoin
that's
is at
how
a
I
discount
see
long
it.
term. Bitcoin is at a thing, but it'll be interesting to see what happens if energy prices are at a peak
Mm-hmm.
and it's significantly like if it's like, man, if it costs $100,000 to mine
Mm-hmm.
and Bitcoin is worth 60.
Bitcoin
What
won't
is
be
the
at
point?
60. I think there will be like right now we are seeing a mismatch, right? But Bitcoin always circles back to that line of the cost of production. We have seen always.
But
It's
what
just
if
a
there's
matter of the time which
what if we're in an energy crisis? I'm not saying this will happen. I'm just
we are
like
not in the energy crisis. The
hypothesizing.
number of data centers are rising. The number of
So is the price of oil.
100%. So the world is shifting from oil to nuclear, right? We have seen uranium pumping. There are countries now having
Yeah, Iran.
not only Iran but even USA as well, and a lot of countries are now jumping to be able to produce electricity using nuclear energy, clean energy. That's what they call it, and like there are, so the distribution of energy production is also increasing. So that's where the world is right now dependent a lot on oil. That's what I put. Like I totally agree on that part, but I think there is a use case of uranium now coming into the picture. There are hard metals used for energy production as well.
Yeah, but the problem is if oil is super expensive, like that infrastructure is not here yet, and you still need oil to create that infrastructure.
Yes.
It's like if we can't afford or we don't have enough oil supply at the dumbest, explain it to me like I'm 5-year-old level,
Yep.
to fuel the trucks,
Yep.
to get to the factory, to pump the iron ore in, like it becomes a stalemate because as
100%.
much as we go, we're all driving EVs.
Yep. That's where we see a global depression unfolding in front of our eyes. That's where.
Okay, so I guess maybe that's the question is like, can Bitcoin survive the global depression?
Yeah, that's where the mass opportunity lies. Like if you are really a believer into Bitcoin and if you see the price dip to 10,000 tomorrow, will you be buying Bitcoin or will you be
Depends if you got enough money to eat.
exactly? So that's where you need to
everybody might
position
be like, I'd love to buy Bitcoin. I mean, I'd love to buy more Bitcoin now at 70, but I can't afford it.
at 10K. Then it's a matter of
Depends how
risk.
bad the depression is. Like you got mouths to feed, you got this. People like if we're in a
100%.
great depression, people 10K is it's all like 10K now, but 10K in the midst of the like 10K in a world where Bitcoin is worth 10K. That's a very different world,
Yes.
right? So I don't have an answer. Like I'd love to say at 10K I'm
big
buying
buyer.
it now, but like who knows what will happen at 10K.
Yeah, so I think that's where it's a matter of like risk management. If you're bullish at 70K, you might be 100x bullish on 10K, but you might not have the money or the resources to buy it.
It's
So it's all your risk management,
all risk management. It's all liquidity.
personal
It's like,
liquidity.
do you have the liquidity at that point to buy? Like
That's what happened in the COVID dip, right? A lot of people were bullish at 10K, and then when it dropped to 3.5K, everyone was selling. But that's where a lot of corporations or the big whales were buying that dip. That's where what we are seeing right now.
I think that was the last that we were talking about, like finding the wealth, generational wealth.
Yes.
Opportunities. I watched another video of I think BS Crypto, Australian guy at Dubai that are like, well, actually I think he's at a Perth, saying like, this is an opportunity to build generational wealth. I think back then was the real last one. When it dipped to 3.5K.
We might see a new one emerging shortly if we end up having a global crisis on oil.
I think Bitcoin at 10K is the equivalent of Bitcoin at 3,500.
Yes.
I don't think Bitcoin at 60K is Bitcoin
Yet there.
That's not it, because it's like, you just have to look at the math from 3,500 to 100K. It's just easy. I know top was 120, but let's just say easy. The thing that's like 33%.
30x. Yeah.
Right?
30x.
33x, 30x. 60% at 60K, it's not doing a 30x.
Correct.
Yet.
Maybe after 2028, because of the halving. There's a halving. If there's a global depression around that time, that will create a massive buy the dip opportunity if you're bullish on Bitcoin. So I think it's always good to have the stablecoin dry powder. We have always discussed about it. So it's always good to DC into the levels that you feel confident on. Never go 100% all in, because there might be a new thing evolving tomorrow or unfolding tomorrow, and then you see Bitcoin dropping to 20K, who knows, right? So that might be a buy the dip opportunity. So you just need to manage the risk. That's what it is all about in terms of trading and finance.
Ask me a question. Say Bitcoin is 30x, just for the sake of the conversation, in 2028, 2030, whatever.
$1 million here.
Do you see virtuals doing a 30x?
Virtuals will be pulling 300x if Bitcoin does a 30x. If virtual is here to stay, because it's AI agent infrastructure layer. I believe in virtuals, and it's all circulating supply is all out. So there's
branding is just so. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been on the website in a while, but it's so, like I said, it's so like.
The thing is, like, the metrics around virtuals ecosystem, the agentic GDP is increasing, and a cut or a percentage of a clip goes to the virtuals ecosystem that eventually goes to the flywheel of virtuals as a token. That's where I see a 300x on virtuals if Bitcoin does a 30x. Pretty easy answer to give.
Okay.
No tokenomics, no unlocks. Or Hyperliquid. I'm a big bull on Hyperliquid always. And the good thing about Hyperliquid is the fee that they generate. They buy the token back.
I think Hyperliquid is, you've always talked about Hyperliquid. I think Hyperliquid is probably like the
best out there, I think, in top 20.
I think it's like the Solana of like
2020.
Yeah, but with an actual product behind it.
Well, Solana has.
I know it's weird. It's with it. Yeah.
I remember the tweet from SBF.
Solana was like Solana was a token, right? These guys have a platform. I think it's like Hyperliquid has so much more potential. But my interesting thing is like, can you build on top of Hyperliquid?
Yeah, Hyperliquid is having. Yeah, there are a lot of like lending, borrowing. Hyperliquid is itself a layer 1 blockchain.
I know, but I was seeing people like, is there a stablecoin built on Hyperliquid? Are there memes being built on Hyperliquid? Is it just because it's easy to look at Hyperliquid as being like, it's the governance token and profit share token of the DEX.
Yes.
But it's also a layer 1. So is there more, or is that on the roadmap, or do you think it's possible?
It's already there.
Or do you think it's like, look, I guess the easiest way to go, I know it's a tough one, because like BNB, people build on BNB, right? Is it going to be the DeFi BNB, where people can build product on it, like BNB before the 2017 run, BNB was the Solana.
Yes.
Like everything cheap was launched on Binance, on BNB. Everything was on there. If you had a meme to shill, if you had a shitcoin, if you had anything, everything was being built on BNB before Solana came in.
Yes.
Because it was a lot cheaper. It was like the premium ETH. It was EVM clone, easy. ETH was super expensive gas-wise.
Yep.
And BNB just fueled that market. But it was also the token for Binance. Is that where Hyperliquid is at the moment? I haven't seen enough of things being built on it to answer.
There are a lot of new things being built on. So Hyperliquid as a L1 provides that facility. They have their own grants, so there are lending, borrowing, all the dApps that
So they
you
do
see.
have that. They have like
They have the dApps. I have been using a lot of dApps on Hyperliquid.
Coinbase is doing that, right? Like Coinbase,
Exactly.
the grants.
So I think it's not like ultimately what happens is it benefits the HYPE token. There's no new flywheel on BNB token or ETH token or even like the Solana token that
I
goes
think
to
the
buy back the token
not to buy
itself.
back. No.
So the Solana generates a fee, right? Ethereum generates a fee as an infrastructure layer, but the dApps are generating more. The money doesn't go back to the token to be able to rebuy or like do the buyback. That's where Hyperliquid has a dApp built on Hyperliquid infrastructure, the Hyperliquid DEX exchange that we see. The fee collected
It's a
goes
great
back to
platform.
Hype.
Like it's a really good platform.
You've been loving it, right?
Look, I have like user experience annoyances with it. Is like I prefer mobile trading, or at least the ability to sort of like easily
In and out.
easily track my positions. Hyperliquid logs me out all the time, so I got to reconnect. It's just that layer of friction. Look, to be fair, you can create a Gmail account. You can use your Gmail and create a Hyperliquid account and then link your wallet. I haven't. I just use Trust Wallet to log in. So there's a smarter way of doing it. Like you could just create a normal account and probably stay logged in. I logged in using my Trust Wallet, using Wallet Connect. So I've got like those like annoyances of just usability. But to trade, like there's nothing else you could want.
Exactly.
Like to execute a trade. Like there's like it's
the infra layer
you're
of
in, and what you just in like, and I love there's no, you can see the market, you can see everything ahead of time. It's like you got to log in. It's just like
it's on the go, man. Like it's one of the leanest DEX infrastructure right now in the market.
I really like Everdex.
Oh yes.
Right, I think what they've done from like a referral point of view, sorry, not a referral point of view, from like they have an XP and they've created.
Gamified.
They've gamified it. It's almost like an RPG. You pick your character, you pick your user class. So like if you're a trader, short-term investor,
correct,
and then you scale up. You earn points for every trade, and you apply those XP points to benefits based on what class you put yourself in. It's super gimmicky, but like I love it.
But the thing is, like, is anyone building on top of Everdex?
No, but there's no token. It's just a platform. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I think I'm trying to say. Like, will Hyperliquid scale into a layer one that you can build on top of?
It's a DEX layer one. So Phantom has launched the perps on Hyperliquid via their wallet. MetaMask has launched their own perps that eventually liquidity is flowing to Hyperliquid as a platform. So Hyperliquid as a platform is not only generating the fee itself, the people jumping on Hyperliquid like you do, but if you have a Phantom wallet, if you have a MetaMask wallet, if you have any other wallet that's collaborated with Hyperliquid, all the people have that infrastructure in the wallet itself. So right now I trade on Phantom. I don't need to always, a bit pricier because Phantom gets their own fee as well, right, on top. But if you are only trading on Phantom, or if you have that wallet, Hyperliquid is now connected with Phantom, which eventually has more liquidity coming from any other wallet user into Hyperliquid infrastructure, more fee, more volume that eventually goes back to buying the HYPE token. So that's where a lot of things. So Hyperliquid as a platform has a L1, right? dApps are being built, borrowing, lending, you stake HYPE as a native token, you get the yield generated. So a lot of flywheel effects eventually happening on HYPE.
Okay.
So it's more of a bet within like next 5 years where HYPE sits. I'm not a short-term bull on it. I'm more of a mid-term bull.
It'll be interesting because I think the behavior of trading is shifting a lot as well. And we see that for like poly markets, which is essentially like futures and options, right? And I'm still yet to see like a crypto platform come in and nail options, for example.
Deribit. Deribit has been the number one options trading platform ever. Like I think it's been running for 8 years now.
But I think there's like I think what we always say, we don't need to follow TradFi, traditional finance. We can like essentially poly market is a really new way of
betting on anything.
if you look at it as like the ease of, let's not talk about whether or not Iran's going to launch a nuclear weapon on part of the market, but they did retract that. They pulled it back. They deleted the.
Because anyone can just
Yeah,
make
I mean,
call, right?
yeah.
Yes, no, make a
I don't think they
contract.
should gamble on politics or stuff like that. But I mean, you can
There are AI agents gambling on the politics.
you can pick your position on what you think Bitcoin's going to do at a certain point, which is essentially options, right?
100%.
So I think that the trading, the way we trade, we are, as retail adopts it, it's going to be mobile first, which is why we saw spot activity go up through the Revolut app and things like that. But as new ways of actually trading develop, I think that's a new wave of innovation. All right, we got to call this. It's been over an hour. We're going to run out of space. I think we got to refilm the whole intro. But otherwise, we'll be back next week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Go trade on Day 1X. We just launched a corporate product. So it means you can sign up as a business, self-managed super fund, or anything like that and trade as well and tie it to your individual accounts. Otherwise, buy spot, dollar cost average in.
And let us know what bags are you after, what
Buy
are
gold.
your biggest holdings, and we can always analyze them for you as well
Easy. And we will see you next week.
next week.